Emotions. This is a much debated question in the scientific community. There are both positive and negative answers to this question. However, a consensus is that yes, many animals have emotions. Today we'll be looking at how animals say goodbye to their loved ones. Before we begin, I got a little challenge for you all that will only take 5 seconds to complete. First, you need to leave a like on this video, hit that subscribe button, and turn on the notification bell, and you'll get 10 years of amazing luck. Easy, right? Try it, it really works! Monkeys. Monkeys are very close to humans, not only physically, but also emotionally. They are very expressive of their emotions and behave accordingly. They experience a variety of feelings, but one particular emotion we are investigating today is about the loss of a loved one. During one research conducted with langur monkeys, researchers discovered that monkeys react to death the same way as humans. Researchers placed a robot monkey in the forest with cameras in place of eyes. The primates accepted the spy monkey immediately as one of their own babies. When this monkey was accidentally dropped by an adult monkey, a variety of emotions were observed. One feeling displayed by the monkey who dropped it was of guilt. He sat with his head down as if he had committed something wrong. This proves that he has a sense of morality and can tell right from wrong. Upon seeing the body spread out on the ground, other monkeys from the tribe gathered too. They showed their intelligence when they sniffed the body to be sure of death. Then they all sat there as if mourning the loss. Another social behavior that monkeys show in this video is how they comfort and console each other. They touched each other as if telling them, "Yeah, I understand what you're going through." Mothers pulled their children closer to them, and adults hugged each other. Monkeys are sensitive species. This is so evident from the way they make each other feel better. Different parts of the brain deal with different types of behaviors. This empathy and compassion available with monkeys prove that they have mature brains with different parts fully developed. Crows. Crows are very intelligent birds. They can solve puzzles, can replicate problem-solving strategies used by senior crows, and can sense fear and threat. However, they also possess this higher intelligence called analogical reasoning. They can match patterns, attach them to memory, and can retrieve it when needed. A group of crows, called a murder, is often found screaming and making ear-piercing cries when a dead body of a crow is spotted anywhere. For a long period of time, humans attributed this as grief for their loved one and a sort of funeral. However, the research shows that this behavior of crows has a much deeper meaning than their emotional display of mourning the loss. According to the research published in the journal Animal Behaviors, crows gather around the dead body as they associate death with predators and want to save themselves in the future. This is their anti-predator behavior rather than mourning behavior. They use their analogical reasoning here to attach the predator with the threat, and then they avoid it to keep themselves safe. Crows have this tendency to retain the negative association for a long span of time. They remember the faces of their abductors and also hold grudges. The same conclusion can be considered as the basis of their anti-predator behavior. Any human they spot around the corpse of their comrade, they make a negative association with it. They scream to gather their group to inform them about this danger. Earlier studies by the scientists show that crows gather and show this aggressive behavior called mobbing near the dead crow. They associate this area negatively in their minds. Later, they avoid these territories even if an ample supply of food is available. John Marslov, the lead researcher, believes that crows are smart birds and have a region in their brain similar to the amygdala of mammals. This region of the brain is responsible for storing negative associations. Horses. Scientists conduct many pieces of research around the emotions and grief caused by death. Horses, however, frequently experience non-death separations. They are sold, moved, and weaned abruptly because of human manipulations. This segment of permanent separation has a lot of potential for research and analysis. The following video was shot in Arizona, where the wild horses mourned the death of a pregnant mare during childbirth. The baby got stuck during delivery for a long time, and the mother went into septic shock. Bystanders with the Salt River Wild Horse Management Group tried to rescue the horses. However, their efforts were not fruitful. What followed this heartbreaking instance was a touching sight. The other horses around show a strange behavior of social attachment and their emotional capacity. As the group of human volunteers left the mare's side, her band came up. They touched her body, nuzzled her, and then the lead stallion cried out loudly. This cry proved to be a call for other bands. These bands seemed to know exactly where the body was. They came up, took turns, one band at a time, and paid their last goodbyes. They were very respectful, completely quiet, and seemed to understand the finality of death. We would like to conclude that horses are extremely intelligent and emotionally mature species. They know what death is, and that this is an occasion of mourning. Another aspect of the emotional behavior of horses is that it not only involves the immediate family in the mourning, but also the other bands were informed. They came up and paid their tributes to the departed mare. This incident also speaks volumes about the social structure of wild horses. They have this multi-tiered social relationship system. They have blood relationships, and then they have these social bonds. They can only run this complex system with a complex intelligence capacity. Elephants. Elephants are social animals. They need special bonding and interactions to lead a happy life. They need to connect with their species, and they also know the value of their relationship with other elephants. They can also feel happiness, anger, threat, and aggression. But are elephants intelligent enough to understand the mortality of life? Probably yes, probably no, because zoologists still don't have empirical data regarding the possible reaction in elephants' brains. However, several studies show that there is a strange reaction by elephants when a friend or family dies. They linger around the body, and even when the body starts to decay, they keep visiting the carcass. This reaction is not limited to the close companions of the deceased. Other elephants do visit the remains and show a behavior that is often humanized and labeled as mourning and paying respect. A study conducted in Kenya shows the depth of elephants' emotional capacity. Victoria, a 55-year-old matriarch, died presumably of old age. An ecologist, Schiffer Goldenberg, was observing the animals that day. She noticed reactions of more than one elephant and recorded her observations. Elephants gathered around the body of Victoria and touched her tenderly. A 14-year-old elephant, Malasso, son of Victoria, was the last one to leave the site. This shows that the intensity of the emotion varies depending on how close the deceased was. After he left, Goldenberg and other ecologists examined the body and found 2 fresh cuts in her cheek and at the top of her mouth, believed to happen after the death. Scientists believed Malasso tried to lift her up, and his long tusks bruised the body. The second closest family member to exhibit strong emotion was Noor, Victoria's youngest daughter. Ecologists noticed streaming liquid from temporal glands on each side of her head. They often link this typical elephant behavior to stress, aggression, and fear. The third observation the scientists recorded was about other families not related to Victoria by blood. They observed at least 5 families of elephants visiting the corpse over the next 3 weeks. Some of them touched the corpse with their trunks, others tried to lift the ears, while others sniffed the body. All 3 observations show different sentiments. While the offspring seem to be shocked and distressed, the behavior of other families is very complicated. It can be respect or sadness, or it can be their way to examine and observe, or probably anti-predator response. Dolphins. Dolphins have always been an animal attracting attention and love from humans. They are cute, bubbly, and seem to be very playful with human beings, and thus immensely loved. It has always been a question of interest if dolphins feel the same way as we do. Do they feel love, affection, sadness, and grief? Let us discuss the emotion of grief in dolphins today. Joan Gonzalvo of the Tethys Research Institute has been observing the bottlenose dolphin population of the Ambrykikos Gulf in the Mediterranean Sea. According to Gonzalvo, he and his team observed more than one incident of dolphins trying to cope up with the death of a companion. They recorded different observations at different times that support the hypothesis that dolphins could sense that someone is having difficulty or is about to die. They try to support their companion, and when death seems inevitable, they are prepared. During one observation, Gonzalvo saw a distressed mother carrying the corpse of a newborn calf to the surface. She continued doing this again and again for 2 days. The mother was shocked and just could not accept the death of her loved one. Bringing the body to the surface might be her attempt to revive the deceased. In another observation in the same setting, researchers found a pod of dolphins that were noticeably stressed and assisting a 3-month-old dolphin while she was having difficulty in swimming. They would lift her and bring her to float while the body kept sinking. Gonzalvo believes this was dolphins' way of supporting the dying animal. Keeping near the deceased prepared the pod to accept death. The 2 different responses to the death of a companion show that dolphins have a higher level of intelligence. While they are shocked and distressed at the loss of a loved one, they may not be ready to part with their friends or family members. On the other hand, they can sense what is coming. They try and support the animal, but if the efforts go futile, they are ready to accept it. Anticipating the death exhibits the complex thought process of dolphins. It shows that dolphins were able to comprehend their mortality and understand that death is a reality of life. Another important aspect of these mourning rituals is the animal's capacity to love. They have social and emotional intelligence, thus they know how to interact with each other. They feel empathy towards their species and can also build relationships. Thanks for watching. Be sure to give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Also, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our videos. Stay cozy, and we'll see you in the next one.